Her name is Alia. She was sick, really sick. Doctors have been looking for years and still couldn't tell her what was wrong. So she did what most Americans do now. She put up a GoFundMe account. She told strangers her story and she asked for help. 53 people gave. They got to her $14,790 total, 74% of a $21,000 goal. But here's the part I can't get out of my head. The whole time that page was up, the whole time Alia was asking strangers to save her, guess what? She was already holding a life insurance policy that her mother purchased that would pay her $51,000. When? While she's alive. And yet she didn't know it was there. And she told me to tell you. So let me say the thing that this whole episode is built on, what inspired this episode. You don't have to be dead to collect from a life insurance policy. Plain English, you do not have to die to use your life insurance. Now, not all policies have this feature. Certain ones do. That's why you need to read the small print. And most people don't know that. Some of you are sitting on the same thing that she's sitting on right now, this very day. And here's the harder truth that's underneath it. You've been planning for the wrong enemy. Every man who finally gets serious about protecting his or her family plans for one thing, death. They just build the wall facing that gate. Then the thing that actually shows up is the one that they never planned for. That the client, the policyholder, doesn't die. But they get sick though, or they get hurt and they live. Now they can't work, still eating, still needs care, but the income stopped. But guess what didn't stop? The expenses not only didn't stop, but also went up. See, dying is a cheaper option, sadly. Die and the policy pays and your family grieves and survives. You live, you can't earn, and there's no check, there's no payout, in a family that now has a patient and has no paycheck. That's worse math, and almost nobody plans for it. So drop the word living in the comment section below if this just landed on you. Welcome to the 7 Figure Squad. You're 375,000 subscribers strong and growing. 26 years now in the financial service industry, kitchen tables and boardrooms. And I'm a man who went from broke and bankrupt at 22 years old to financially free in his 40s. No college degree, no financial inheritance, nor family or network. And if you're new to this series, let me catch you up fast because this is the stack. Episode 1, you're losing money you can't even see. $246 billion a year is lost in this country due to the lack of financial literacy. Episode 2, that's not an accident. There's a divide and your paycheck is what holds you on the wrong side of it. In episode 3, so nobody builds the wall. The financial wall I'm talking about. 98 million families exposed, and you can't buy the financial wall when you need it, only when you don't. And today, episode 4, the one where you don't die. All 4 are linked right here. Watch them in order because they build upon each other. How? Now let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Who are we? Hey, 7 Figure Squad. What we go? Run it up, run it up.
So let's put a number on what we've become. Researchers at the University of Washington pulled 437,000 medical GoFundMe campaigns and studied every single one. Published it in the American Journal of Public Health. 437,000 American families standing on the internet with a financial hat in their hands. Those families asked for $8.5 billion, but they got 2. 88% never hit their goal of what they wanted to raise to help them through the financial situation. And this one should stop your heart. 16% raised nothing, not a little, not enough, 0. They told the worst story of their life to the entire planet, to the entire internet, and the internet, just scroll right past it. The median GoFundMe campaign asked for $8,000. Got about 1,970 from 24 people. That's it. Now, when the researchers say that's pretty damn cold, that medical crowdfunding, quote, says this, quote unquote, is best positioned to help in populations that need it the least. Read that again. The families in the poorest counties raised the least. The families in the richest counties raised the most. So the safety net you're counting on works best for the people who don't need a safety net. You see, that's episode 2 all over again. So go watch this right here. Watch that episode right here. The divide follows you all the way down to the begging. And LIMRA asks Americans straight up, if you got disabled and could not work, how would you survive? 9% said crowdfunding. 1 in 11 Americans says crowdfunding, and that's not a plan. That's a prayer with a share button attached to it. 1 in 11 betting the family's survival on a coin flip that lands wrong 7 times out of 8. Drop the word gap if you've seen one of these pages, those GoFundMe pages this month. Now, Linda, listen, I'm not mocking anybody on GoFundMe. These are good families in impossible spots, and some of them had no other option. But most of them did, and nobody ever told them. See, that's not a money problem. You've heard me say it 3 episodes running into the Standing the Gap series right now. That's a knowledge problem, and it's killing families. Because God put this exact story in the Bible, and most people never even talk about it. 3 truths tonight. Truth number 1, the well was already there. Genesis 21. Hagar Hagar's in the desert, sent away with her son, Ishmael, in a skin of water, and the water runs out. So she puts the boy under a bush and she walks away because a mother cannot sit still watching her son die of thirst. And she sits down at a distance and she weeps. And then God opened her eyes and she saw a well of water. Watch that. Read that verse. The well was already there. It was there the whole time she was crying. It was there while she walked away from her own son. Nothing was created. Nothing got delivered. God did not dig a well. God just asked her to open her eyes. She was dying of thirst next to water. That's Alia on GoFundMe with $51,000 already in her hand. Praise God. Weeping next to the well. And that is some of you right now. Truth number 2. You're not destroyed by what you don't have. You're destroyed by what you don't know. Hosea chapter 4 verse 6 says, my people are destroyed from a lack of knowledge. Not for a lack of money, not for a lack of faith, not because God wasn't good to them. They're destroyed from lack of knowledge. So 8 words. And this is what this entire series is in one verse. God has been saying it for 3,000 years, and we keep proving him right. See, Hagar didn't need a miracle. She just needed her eyes opened. Neither do you. You don't need a miracle. You just need your eyes opened. See, truth number 3, you don't have to be dead to collect. Most modern life insurance policies have something built inside of them. Not all of them, some of them. It's called living benefits, accelerated benefits. These are riders on some policies. In plain English, get seriously ill or seriously hurt. I'm talking about cancer, heart attack, stroke, critical or chronic condition, and you can reach into that death benefit while you are still breathing. You don't have to die to use it. You just have to know it's there. Now, here's the honest trade, because I'm not here to sell you a fairy tale. When you pull money out early, it comes out of what your family gets later. You reach into the well though, and the well goes down. See, that's the deal. But here the trade for what it actually is. A woman took $51,000 while she's still alive and still has $600,000 behind her. See, that's not a loophole. It's a well in the middle of a desert. 3 truths, and every one of them lands in the same place. The well is already there. And the only reason more families aren't drinking from it is that nobody ever opened their eyes. Now, drop the word well in the comment section below if this is the first time anybody told you. Now, this is the doctrine. Now, here is the assignment. 1 move tonight, then I'll tell you the truth about the rest. The 1 move, go read your life insurance policy. That's it. That's the whole assignment. The one at work you've never opened. The one you bought 9 years ago in filth with something in the mail. The one that your wife handles. Go find it and go read it. And look, word for word, the riders or the page that says accelerated benefits. Now, most of you have no idea what you already own. You've carried this thing, you paid premiums into the thing for years, you paid it every month, and never once read what it actually does or what it actually covers. See, many of you are Hagar, sitting next to the financial well, weeping. So please go look at it today, tonight, not Saturday. And if you find nothing in there, that's also information too. Now, you know what you don't have instead of you just guessing. Now, here's the truth about the rest. I'm not going to tell you which rider, which carry, which structure, or whether yours is any good. Anybody doing that from a YouTube video is just lying to you, trying to get likes and clicks, because it's different for every family. It takes somebody sitting at your table to read it with you. That's why we sit at tables. That's why we go into boardrooms. Now, let me finish Alia's story. She bought the policy when she was only 27 years old. Many people think you're too young to get policy. Listen, Alia breaks that excuse. Now, it's $34 a month. Yes, $34 a month, less than most of you spend in coffee in a week. Over the years, she paid about $2,100 into this policy total. And when she got sick, that policy paid her $51,000 while she's still here, still fighting her health challenges. Now, hold those 2 numbers next to each other. $21,000, that's what she paid into the policy. $1,970, that's what the median medical GoFundMe raises. Same money. One, she would have had to beg strangers for. The other one paid her $51,000 and never had to tell the internet her story. $2,100, and a woman who's sick keeps her dignity. See, that's not a product. That is a financial wall. Now, Alia gave me permission to tell you this. She didn't have to. She's still going through health challenges and she's still fighting, and she let me put her name on it anyway because she doesn't want you sitting where she was sitting. So thank you, Alia. Drop the read when you've gone and looked at your policy and read through it. Drop it in the comment section below. Now, here's why this matters more than one family. I didn't build a national agency to sell policies. I built it so that when the worst day comes, a family has somebody on the phone to talk to. We're on a crusade to help 1 million families. Now, we're 60% of the way there. That means about 840,000 families are still out there in the financial desert, still sitting next to a well, and nobody's opened their eyes. I can't sit at all those tables. Nobody can. But that's the whole problem, which leads to an opportunity. There aren't enough people standing in the gap. But here's the door. Something in you just said, I need to know exactly what I have in my policy. I need to know what's there. Or if you're the kind of person who wants to be the one who opens other people's eyes, there's a place for that. Where? MoneySmartMovement.com. See, that's the door. For some of you, consider walking through it. That's where we take people who are done guessing. Now, if you got value from this episode, please hit like. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, hit notifications to be alerted next time we upload our next episode. And meanwhile, drop your biggest takeaways in the comments section below. Appreciate you watching this series on Standing in the Gap, and God bless you. Till we meet again, continue to live smart, continue to love smart, and be money smart today.